Hi, this is Dale Guiducci, ERA Credit Services, coming to you with another video about the credit repair business, being in the credit repair business, or if you're looking to get into the credit repair business, certainly a topic that you want to know more about, and it's about getting referrals. Referral business can be a very valuable asset in any business for sure, but in the credit repair business. But it's not as easy or self-evident as you might think. You have to know some secrets, some tips that I've learned over the 8 years that I've been in the business. That's what this video is all about. That's what I'm going to share with you today, how to get referrals, be successful at it, get them consistently and often. And that's what this video is all about. We'll be right back. Now, if you're in another business other than credit repair, of course, this video is going to be specific to credit repair, but you can benefit as well because you can just extrapolate what I'm telling you about the credit repair business and use it based on your knowledge, of course, of your business. Now, there's two main groups of people that you can get referrals from in any business, but again, specifically the credit repair business. And that's people that know you and want to see that you do well. That's one category of people. And the other category of people is people that will benefit by giving you a referral. That's what's great about the credit repair business. There's actually a lot of people out there that will benefit by giving you a referral. So the first group is obviously people that know you, like you, and again, want to see that you do well, right? And you simply need to make sure every single one of those people know that you're in the credit repair business and that you can help people improve their credit score, and just share with them to keep their eyes and ears open. Like if they hear a conversation of somebody that wants to qualify to buy a home or buy a car or whatever the case, that they share your information with that individual. It's very, very simple. Now that's a limited group of people, and you're going to get a limited number of referrals from those people over time because it's a limited number of people, right? The other group, though, is what you really, really want to focus on. And that is people that will benefit from giving you a referral. Who are those people? Well, we have the great fortune of working with people in credit-related fields. In other words, people that need clients with a certain credit score, a certain qualifying credit score to be able to finance and buy what it is that they're selling. So who are those people? Real estate agents and real estate brokers, mortgage brokers, automobile dealerships, bankers, solar companies, and any industry, again, that needs to finance or have their buyers finance rather, and obviously have a qualifying credit score. So it could be a lot of different industries, but real estate, mortgage, banking, solar, and auto are the ones that I think come to mind most often, and those are the ones that I've worked with, especially real estate and mortgage, over the 8 years that I've been in this business. Now, you might say, well, what about accountants and what about bookkeepers and people in the insurance business and those types of industries? Well, certainly you want to talk to those people. I wouldn't ignore them, but they don't have a built-in motivator to refer people to you, because an accountant can do the books for or do taxes for people that have a terrible credit score. It doesn't matter. They can still do business with that person. Same thing in other professions like bookkeeping and insurance. Like an insurance agent doesn't need to have a client with a higher credit score to be able to do business with them. Of course, it would be better for the client because in some cases, insurance rates are predicated on, partially anyway, credit score, but they don't have to have it. A real estate agent, a mortgage broker, in many cases, a banker to do a small business loan, that sort of thing, automobile dealerships, solar companies, they need people with a certain qualifying credit score. That's who you want to focus on. So a lot of times people in the credit repair business, or people that are just getting into the credit repair business, they'll ask me, say, well, how much of a referral fee do you pay somebody in the real estate business, as an example? And I say, I don't pay referral fees, and I never have, yet I've gotten hundreds and hundreds of referrals for people in that industry and others. So why do I feel like I shouldn't have to pay a referral fee, and why don't I? Because, first of all, I think paying a referral fee is an act of desperation. And what it says is that I don't have the ability to put my value proposition across to somebody and show my value in what I can do for them. And of course, what I can do for them is amazing. If a real estate agent, and this is a question you want to ask a real estate agent, how many people do you run into on a monthly basis that can't qualify to buy a home from you because of credit score? And they'll give you that answer. A lot of times they'll say quite a few, a lot of times they'll say a few, a lot of times they'll say a ton, whatever the answer is, but you know there's some. So your response to that person is, well, what if I could help bring back at least 20% of those people that can't qualify and turn them into qualified buyers for you? What if I could increase your closing over the course of the next year, maybe by 20%? Would that be of value? And of course, the answer is yes. And at that point, all you have to share with that real estate agent, mortgage broker, solar salesperson, etc., is what you do, right? And any real estate agent or any person in those categories of professions would be crazy not to want to turn their credit challenge clients, the people that they've had to turn down, over to you, because what are they going to do with them anyway? The only thing that you might run into is that, let's say a real estate agent might have had a negative experience with a credit repair company in the past, and you have to find out what that negative experience is and overcome it. But it's very, very simple to develop this value proposition for these credit-related professionals and not have to pay a referral fee. Don't do it. Do not pay referral fees. So the easy part is getting people in those credit-related professions to refer their clients to you, or they say they'll refer their clients to you. That's the easy part. Oh yeah, because the value proposition makes sense. You've got people that can't qualify. You can't do anything with those people. If you turn them over to me, I can potentially get a certain percentage. I always use like 20 or 30%. I don't want to say, hey, I can get every client to qualify, because that's not true. Depends on what's on their credit report and how much positive accounts they have and so forth. So I don't want to promise that. But if I say 20% of the people, if I build that value proposition, they'd be crazy not to say, yes, Dale, I will refer credit challenged clients to you. So that's the easy part. The hard part is getting them to do it. And here's what I mean. It's not a habit for them. Okay, they've gone through the course of their business. Maybe they've been in the real estate business 10 years, 20 years, whatever it is, and they've never been in the habit of doing that. You've got to help them develop that habit. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, your initial conversation, but you got to have multiple follow-up conversations. I'll give you an example. Way back when, one of my first jobs out of college, I was a commercial real estate agent, and I worked in an office within a bullpen, and there was a bunch of us in there. And every few days or so, title reps, title agents would come in from the title companies, and they'd just walk around and they'd say, hey, how are you? They'd have conversation. Basically, it's developing rapport and a relationship and reminding you that they're there, so that when you put a deal in escrow, what do you need? You need title insurance on that property for the new buyer. They know you need title insurance, so you've got to use a title insurance company. Why not use the guy or the gal that's walking around and developing a relationship and presenting themselves to me every few days as a reminder, right? You've got to do the same thing. You got to think of yourself as an account manager. When I first got into the credit repair business, I had a handful of real estate offices that I would go to on a weekly basis. And I got to the point where I could just walk into that office because they knew me. And I would walk around and shake hands and say hello and introduce myself to the agents I didn't know, talk to the agents that I did know, and just let them know I was there for them. And I became known as the credit guy, so that anytime they had a client that had some challenges with credit score and couldn't qualify to buy a home, who did they call? They called me. That's what you want to become. You want to become the credit guy, the credit gal. Now, I understand you can't walk into real estate offices right now. I'm filming this during COVID-19. So what do? You get on the phone, you make relationships that way, and you constantly follow up. You could do presentations as I used to do, but I did them in person. You can't do them in person, so use Zoom. Think of yourself as an account manager extracting business from this myriad of real estate agents. Sometimes Keller Williams offices have 200, 250 real estate agents in one office, right? So Think of yourself as an account manager and get out there, whether it's on the phone, Zoom, whatever it takes, to be able to talk to more people in the real estate industry. So here's another tip too with regard to that. If you develop a relationship with one real estate agent in a Keller Williams office or whatever real estate company office, right? You develop just one relationship, you can turn that into many. You can turn that into a dozen because they work in an office, right? And they know other people in their office or in the real estate industry that they've closed deals with, maybe again in their office or maybe a different company entirely, but they've closed deals, and they know that those people have the same challenges with credit challenge clients that they do. You can ask them, hey, do you know other people? Right? No other real estate agents, real estate brokers that have the same challenges that you do. And the answer always is going to be yes, and they can refer you to those people. The other type of person they can refer to you to is the mortgage person that they work with or mortgage people. Typically, a real estate agent or broker is going to have multiple mortgage people that they work with for different types of loans, whether they be FHA, VA, conventional, etc., right? So different people that specialize in different types of loans, they can refer you to those mortgage people because you and I know, and so does that real estate agent, that mortgage person has credit challenge clients too, that they have turn downs outside of their relationship with this one real estate agent. You can now start talking to the mortgage broker. If you hook up with a mortgage broker, ask that mortgage broker to turn you on to the real estate agents he or she works with. They pass business back and forth all the time. You want to get into that mix. You want to become one of their valued partners in their real estate and or mortgage business to help with transactions, help close more transactions all the way around. Here's one too. So like you start developing a relationship with, say, a real estate agent. Maybe you have a conversation and they say, based on your value proposition, right? Not only the fact that you could help them with some of their 20% of their credit challenge clients, but what you do, so to speak, and they go, wow, that's great. Dale, I'll definitely refer people to you in the future. Well, when I first started in the business, I went, oh, that's great, but I wasn't getting those referrals. So I started to ask the question right there in that first conversation, well, how about the people that you turned down in the last week? How about the people you turned down in the last month? Let's get their files open. Let's get talking to those people right away. And you know what? Every single time real estate agent goes, hey, that's a great idea, because they didn't think of it. They were thinking today forward, and so was I at that point. But wait a minute, if they have credit challenge people and they know they're going to have credit challenge people, that means they've already had credit challenge people. Let's go back a little bit and talk to some of those people. But here's the magic in all of this, right? And this is also something that I recognize from going to networking groups and working with people in real estate, mortgage, solar, banking, in terms of trying to get referrals from them, is that people in general, and specifically business people, were never taught how to properly give a referral. They would think, or many people do think, that by giving a referral means that they're going to talk to the person that they want to refer to you and just give them your information and hope that that person calls you. Well, that's not a referral. That's a recommendation to that person to call you. That's not a referral. It's a recommendation. A proper referral consists of two things. Number one, it's edification of you or edification of me, depending on who they're giving the referral to. But let's say your business there, it's edification of you. And then getting permission from that person they want to refer over to you to give you their contact information. That's a referral. So what is edification? Well, edification is nothing more. It sounds like this big, complicated word, but it's not. Edification is just talking nicely about you. So you just want to teach your real estate agent, mortgage broker to say, listen, if you just share with them our relationship and potentially what I can do for somebody, that's all you really want them to do. And then get their information so that I can be in control and I'll get on the phone that day and we'll get the process started. That'll make a whole lot more sense. And when I was talking to these people and they would say, well, gee, Dale, that sounds great. I'd love to refer my credit challenge people to you. Do you have a website address that I can send them to? Well, that was an indication to me that they just wanted to either be lazy or they didn't know how to properly give me a referral. So I had to teach them. And I would always say it this way. I say, hey, listen, can I make a recommendation? And they would say, sure. And I'd say, well, listen, in my experience, what's better is that you actually get on the phone with the client, or if you're in person with them, great, but talk to the client. Share a little bit about me. Tell them what I do and how I can potentially help them, and I can explain how I can help them. And then ask their permission to get their name, email, and phone number over to me, and then I can call them. That way we can make sure this process starts a whole lot faster. And every single time they would say, that's a great idea. And the reason why they say that is because that is a better idea. It's not letting the client be in control of whether they call me or not. It's putting me in control to allow me to close the sale, to help that real estate agent or solar salesperson or whoever it is close the sale. In other words, puts us in sort of that driver's seat with the client. So again, you got to teach your referral source, your partner, whatever you want to call it, real estate agent, mortgage broker, whoever it is, you got to teach them a little bit. You got to nudge them in a certain direction. And again, always talking about value proposition, not only for what you do, but how to go through the process in getting referrals to you, because it makes way more sense and it's logical, and they'll go, yeah, that's a great idea. It's just that no one's taught them before. And when you teach them, they're going to go, wow, right? They're going to thank you for it. So you definitely, most definitely, want to do that. And you might, watching this video, you might go, well, why would a real estate agent or a mortgage broker or a solar salesperson or whatever want to go through that work? Well, two reasons. Number one, it's not a lot of work. It takes less than 5 minutes, or let's say it's 5 minutes, to call up a client that they've had to turn down and say, listen, I've got a great idea. I'm working with a gentleman. His name is, let's just use me as an example. His name is Dale Guiducci. Like, this guy, he dedicates himself and is a professional in the credit restoration industry, and he's helped a lot of people improve their credit score. Now, I don't know if he can help you out or not, depends on what's on your credit report and so forth, but he can see that, and he can share with you how he can help you improve your credit score if he can. He's an honest, upfront guy. Here's what I'd love to do is put you in contact with him. Can I have your permission to call Dale, text Dale, give him your information so he could call you and explain what he does, right? So that takes no time at all, number one. Number two, do you realize how much if you're in the credit repair business, how much more money you can help that real estate agent earn in the next, 6 months? Even if you could help them close an additional deal, one deal. What's one deal in the real estate industry? Well, it depends on the price of the house and their commission split and all of that. But let's say they make 3% on a $200,000 deal. That's $6,000 in their pocket. Like, for a 5-minute phone call, are you kidding me? So listen, it works. It's one of the things that I really dedicated myself in terms of building my business. I highly encourage you to do the same thing. I've got a blog post about it. I'll put the link to the blog post below this. Like this video, obviously, if you do like it, if it provided value for you, and subscribe to the channel, because I come out with new videos all the time, all about the credit repair business. So if you're in the credit repair business, or you want to be, you definitely want to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos that I come out with, because it's a lot of valuable information from the 8 years that I've been in this business. I hope this was valuable, and you have a great rest of your day. Take good care. Top